that was... Garrus! Alright, let us, yeah, I would say that, Cerberus was definitely a big, you know, it was basically the phantoms that are just so satisfying. I mean, there was a number of different Cerberus enemy types that are just so satisfying to headshot with pretty much just different weapons in general. And for me, I would say that the Phantoms specifically were so enjoyable to headshot because the way that I would do it is I would stasis them, and then I would, you know, head like the Black Widow, which has 3 rounds in a clip, allows you to on like once you get it like maxed out, one shot will blow off their barrier, and the second shot basically kills them. And if you do the headshot, like you line up the headshot properly, it basically destroys their head. And doing that to the Phantoms was just so rewarding because of the fact that they were such flippy bitches.
They're annoying enemies for sure.
The Nemesis were also another one that was like really annoying, and you could headshot in like one go.
So is Cerberus just your favorite for gameplay reasons then?
I would say definitely for gameplay reasons. I mean, I really do like going up against Geth as well. I guess we may just go with the same two.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong one. I would definitely say for gameplay reasons, like I just absolutely love them. For lore reasons, you know, and this also goes with like, you know, gameplay as well. But like I just really enjoyed fighting Geth, and to a lesser extent even the collectors, especially. I almost don't want to go into details with regards to the collectors specifically, because anybody that has not played the game, and it's probably going to be few of you if you're watching this, like I don't want to like spoil anything in that regard for you, but if you have played the game, then you know the lore specifically behind the collectors. And I thought that was just so hauntingly sad and beautiful at the same time, the way that they were able to do that. Now keep in mind that Mass Effect 2 was the first game that I played, so I didn't really get to it wasn't like a complete wow factor moment for me when the reveal happened, but for a lot of people, like I can understand that, you know, that was actually like a really cool thing, and I can only assume that like in my case, Jennifer Hale's delivery of that was like, my God, you know, and then she goes off into like, you know, explaining it. Like I almost ended up, you know, spoiling it, but just her delivery was like just so good. It was just like one of those realizations, like, you know, the Scooby-Doo gang pulling off the mask and being like, it's him!
Interesting answers. Because honestly, Cerberus was, you know, felt like run-of-the-mill human enemies to me. Headshots were satisfying, but for the most part, Cerberus was a meh enemy for me, honestly.
There is one other enemy that I really did like fighting, and I especially liked fighting them in Mass Effect 3, just because they are technically, they have technically returned and that is just the Reapers in general, and the fact that you actually get to go head to head with them in like boss conflicts. That it's not just like Mass Effect 1 where you basically fight Saren because the developers, I guess, I'm going to assume that developers didn't really know how you could go up against like a giant massive warship and come out in some victorious fashion. And I think that they did a really good job of creating that boss conflict in Mass Effect 3, because you do there are specific times where you do get to actually fight Reapers in Mass Effect 3, and like again, I'm not going to try and go into too much spoilery territory, but I do find one specific fight to be rather enjoyable. Ben, you might know the one that I'm talking about. It's the one on Tally's homeworld. I guess that's kind of like a minor spoiler, but you know. I will say the one downside, specifically to fighting the Reapers in Mass Effect 3, is that I don't feel that they had as legendary of a voice as either Saren in Mass Effect 1 or Harbinger in Mass Effect 2. The voice of the Reapers, especially the one that you fight in Mass Effect 3, like it does have a rather deep mechanical voice. It just doesn't have I don't think it has that much of a memorable voice. Oh god. Ah. Wow. Come on, turn it on. Yeah, so thoughts? Ben?
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay. For me personally, I have two favorite like factions.
There's actually one more that I'll talk about after you.
What?
There's actually one more that I'll talk about after you tell me yours.
Well, for lore reasons, the Geth and the Collectors are my favorite. Just because, like, the Geth's origins are really cool, and we get to see, like, more of that in Mass Effect 3. And then the Collectors are also really cool for lore reasons, but I won't get into that. I just really like the Collectors and sort of the niche they fill in this series. But for gameplay reasons, and honestly, this might be a little bit controversial, or at the very least, someone's gonna hear me say this and they're gonna go, "Wow, you're crazy." Honestly, the Collectors are my favorite enemy for gameplay reasons as well, because they have such a like varied cast of enemies that are of like enemy types within their faction, and they are very challenging. I can't tell you how many times in every Insanity run of Mass Effect 2, which I can count on two hands, by the way, I have not played Insanity that many times, just because I don't really like putting myself through that regularly, but every time that I've played Insanity on Mass Effect 2, I've had like genuine rage moments playing against the Collectors, fighting the Collectors, because they can be so challenging, and some of their enemies, some of their like, I guess attacks or weapon types are bullshit, i.e. the Scion.
Maybe you should get good at games.
Shut up, idiot. And the Praetorians. Praetorians are really fucking annoying. But honestly,
Sorry, I gotta interject you
there.
really quick. The first time that I played this on PS3, I actually got the Mako impaled on one of these dragon tooths. Somehow I like flipped it up on top of this thing and came out and impaled it on one of those spikes, and I could not move. I could, go around in a circle. I just couldn't move from the pivot point.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you for feeling that was important enough to interrupt me. Anyway, the collectors are honestly, for as bullshit as they are, a really rewarding enemy to fight. Because also you have, like, and I'm not going to spoil too much, but Jeremy and those others who have played the game will know what I'm talking about. You have assuming direct control, which is honestly a really fun mechanic, and I think that trope with enemy types in video games is honestly like really fun, and it adds a dynamic layer to combat that you don't get to see often done well. I think, at least in my experience. But yeah, honestly, the collectors are fun, are my favorite enemy, both gameplay and lore-wise.
That's fair. The other faction that I wanted to mention that I do like is the Blood Pack. And I just like the Blood Pack for the name. I think that's such a cool name, and obviously the first, I think, introduced in Mass Effect 2 during a specific mission. But just, I mean, obviously there's like, 3 factions in Mass Effect 2, the Blood Pack, the Blue Suns, and what's the other one? Eclipse. And out of those 3, just the fact that like the Blood Pack is primarily made up of Krogan and Vorcha, like I'm just like, that's just so cool. I'm gonna see if I can save it again. All right, I think these are husks, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to suck. Yeah, they're husks. Well, it's a good thing that you smell trouble. I wonder if I can double that. Jesus Christ, you guys!
Alright. I got one more question for you, Jeremy.
Shoot.
What is your favorite alien, or alien race, in the Mass Effect series?
Alien race. Oh, this is an easy one. Drell.
Drell. Okay. Alright. That's fair. Do you have a brief explanation as to why, or is it just like they're your favorite and that's why?
It's their specific reptilian appearance. Like I think it looks so cool, and things.
I think you mean amphibian.
Well, technically,
technically,
you could say that they're amphibian, and I think Thane even mentions that they're amphibian, but they look like almost like snakes, in a sense. Shut up and just let me talk.
Glass houses, sir. Hello, pot. My name is Kettle. Anyway, go on.
But like Thane, obviously Thane is the most famous Drell that there is, and I just think that Thane is such a badass, especially his initial appearance that he happens. So like that I think was like a really cool thing, and like the just the Drell in general. I'll toss you around. Goodbye.
Is that what your dominatrix tells you?
Yes it is. Shut up.
Wow.
Well, that guy's stuck.
You could throw a singularity.
Or...
Alright, I forgot you have a singularity. Well, I meant use it on the guy stuck behind the fucking bookshelf.
Because I was in the process of showing you this, but do I have lift? That is a question. Do I have lift? I do.
Yeah, you do.
It did nothing.
Wow, that didn't work.
What about warp?
I mean, you can still kill him. Bring out your pistol and go. I mean,
Lop. Alright, now I'm gonna have to deal with Geth.
There's stuff in that room though, Jeremy. There's stuff in this room.
That's right. I'm an idiot, but so are you.
Anyway, are you done answering the question, or do you have more to your answer?
No, I think I'm pretty much done. It's the Dwell primarily because like Thane's appearance or Thane's introduction is just so badass, especially in there's like a full motion trailer video that they ended up releasing, that kind of expands on his initial introduction from the game.
Well, and the Drell are actually pretty interesting lore-wise too, if I remember correctly. Though my personal favorite, honestly, it's a tie between the Krogan and the Turian. No, not Turians, the Quarians. Because Quarians have a really rich and interesting history, and the Krogan are just really fun aliens, honestly. Big, hulking turtle brutes, battle toads. And honestly, like, the Krogan throughout the series have some of my favorite characters.
Oh, I missed him. Oh, you missed. I'm aware.
Shield boost, Jeremy.
Let's see.
Oh God. Well, they died. Yeah. The Quarians are an interesting race too because I don't really want to spoil too much of their lore. But like, they're a really interesting take on the nomadic species. They're the nomadic like race, and I just think they're a fairly like, you know, I'm gonna end it there. I just think they're like an interesting concept and a really cool take on the sort of nomadic people trope. And with Krogan, I've always kind of liked the warrior faction that doesn't have a lot of like depth to it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to decide. Honestly, Jeremy, I'm surprised by you saying the Drell. I genuinely thought you were gonna choose the Asari because you're a fucking pervert.
They're my second
Sorry,
favorite. How's
no,
that?
pervert isn't the right word. Horn dog.
They're my second favorite. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair. That sounds about right.
Damping's not gonna do shit against these guys. These don't have biotics.
Well, damping works on all abilities.
Good, then I'll
But
do
the
it.
Geth don't really have abilities.
Wow, that actually... Jesus Christ! Get fucked, sniper bitch!
And you're still jammed.
Yeah, that's because I know there's like another sniper over there someplace. I just, you know... One too many times I've peeked my head out just as I'm going to use an ability, and I get fucking annihilated in one shot, and it happens far too often that I'm being cautious. See, look at that. I ain't gonna pick myself up from that. Let's see, do you have something? Yeah, you got that. And you got that. And you got that. Oh, hello. I think that was the last one.
Area secured.
Actually, you know what? I didn't really check this room. Let me check if... Oh, there is. Okay, I'm going to use Mighty Joe. Yo, Garrus. Take that thing. Good job. I knew there was something in here. Oh, wow. My Mighty Joe replenished rather quickly. Alright, the moment that I exit this, I'm going to immediately hop in. You know, I'm going to save it really quick. Even though I'm probably not going to die. But, you know, the moment I get out of here, I'm going to hop in the Mako. Hop in the Mako. Wow, pixelation much?
Holy shit! That was an excellent corpse launch. Oh, that one was good too. No. You aimed it more towards the floor in the center than
Strange. I expect one of these outposts to be the main base of operations for this incursion.
Hold on. This receiver's picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I'd say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
It must be a message from the primary Geth base. We can use the signal to lock onto its location and take them out.
Oh, I let us do that, but first, this Mako's about to fall off the cliff. Alright, let me level up. I got 1 point.
tactical armor.
Of course. Or at least now I can use medium. Maybe I'll get medium Colossus armor.
Electronics. Yeah, just keep going with Garrus's electronics till you reach the next triangle.
That's nasty.
So one more point. And then with Pally, you know what? Let's finish up basic armor next.
So point in here.
Yeah.
And
then your next point will go.
Master
there
shield
too.
boost. Sweet. Alright, so next point is basic armor, and next point is electronics. What next point do you want me to do here? Just so that I can just be like, I don't even need your opinion anymore.
Tactical armor.
Tac armor? Yeah, that's right. Advanced shield boost. Yeah, that's not bad. Cool. Alright. Let's zoom out. And zoom out. And magically a new cluster appears.
Can magically a new brain cell appear for us?
That's a tall order, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Gotta go around the asteroid belt.
Go around. What?
Shut the fuck up, you dick.
I think you gotta scan the moon.
Oh my god, what?
What? Why did I read that as scrotum?
What? Dude! Alright, let's land on the scrotum.
I also really like this planet for the blue color palette. Well, moon. Less so, or more so than planet.
Wow.
Yep.
Alright. I guess going with the same two. Let's check out where we gotta go. It's an anomaly. I think that's the base right here. It's not showing up, so yeah, that's gotta be the base. So,
Well, yeah. Plus, it's got an exclamation point, so that's the mission.
True.
Destination.
I forget if there's. I think that there's actually. You know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna bother. But I think that there's actually minerals that I can scan in the northern part of where we are now.
Yeah.
If I was playing this on like my primary character that I'm trying to do like 100% of everything, then yeah, I would have gone and done that. Not right here. It's gotta be up the mountain.
You're not making it up that.
Says you, and me too.
Well, and the game. You can make it up that. I really was hoping that you would have fucked that up.
Well, I know. This is why you are a massive dick. Nasali capsule. Sweet. Alright, let me go here. I almost fucked that jump up though.
Unsurprising.
Lop. This is almost a rhetorical question. What is your favorite DLC ever in Mass Effect Trilogy?
I feel like you should know this answer.
I do know this answer, and that's why I said it's kind of like a rhetorical question. And quite frankly, this should be everybody's answer anyways. Which is why it's everybody's favorite. Bring down the sky! I mean, what?
Lava?
No.
My favorite is honestly a tie between the Leviathan DLC and the Citadel DLC.
Interesting that it would be a tie.
I don't know. Citadel is just a really fun and entertaining DLC. And the Leviathan DLC is just really cool. It adds a really nice layer to the story. And that's all I'm gonna say about it.
I think that Leviathan is definitely an enjoyable DLC. I would say that with regards to Leviathan specifically, is that one of the things that I liked about it, number one, it opens up like a new mini hub on the Citadel that you can, explore. I mean, it's not a very big hub, but you can explore it. And out of the, just like with Citadel, you pretty much just go and do 3 missions. It's not like a whole lot of missions. Out of those 3 missions, a lot of people are going to say that last mission is their favorite, and of course you know what I'm talking about. Me personally, in addition to that last mission, I also really liked the middle mission, because that middle mission, it's like literally a bunch of buildings on a cliff face that is kind of falling apart.
It's an aesthetically pleasing mission, but honestly, Leviathan just adds a lot of like really nice and interesting lore to the overall universe of Mass Effect that I just personally really enjoy it.
I mean, in terms of like my overall favorite mission, again, or rather my overall favorite DLC, and there's nothing that, in my opinion, even comes close to this. Like second place is like a distant second, but my overall favorite is Citadel, and a main reason for that is, it was released 1 year after the main game came out, and it was crystal clear that all of the voice actors that returned for the DLC clearly were having a phenomenal, like an absolute fun job in that DLC. Shut up.
Yeah, no, the voice actors all really gave it their all, I think, for that DLC. I think they really... And they were given a lot to work with, too. A lot of really good content. Also, in that DLC, Rex has my favorite line, probably in the entire trilogy.
Is it like something...
No, don't say it. Don't say it, because it has to land.
But am I right?
Also,
am I right?
In order for... Yes. For Rex to say it, he has to be in your party, and I think he has to be the first squad member you choose for that particular section, because everyone gets a different line for that that one specific bit, depending on who you put as the first person in your squad. But yes, Jeremy, you were correct.
Wow.
Honestly, that's not a bad upgrade. Have a few less shots, but you have more damage and slightly better accuracy.
Let me take a look and see if I can't do any upgrades here. This is, Tungsten is 6. Ooh, it got Inferno at 9. Ooh, high explosives at 8. Ooh, sledgehammer rounds. Oh, I love these things. I'm gonna go with that. And for this, scram rail. There you go.
Yeah, scram rail is good for that kind of gun.
I'm gonna see about this thing now as well.
Honestly, for your pistol, hold on. Go back to your round type. For pistol, honestly, high explosive rounds.
I'll try it. And
it just adds more damage to your pistol.
I am gonna go with this as well because it does the
It adds more damage too.
That's that. Garrus. Garrus is using the assault rifle mainly. See if there's anything-
Honestly? Yeah, yes.
I like we both turned into monkeys. Let's see, he's got tungsten.
Yeah, give him
rounds.
tungsten. Actually, no. Garrus isn't a bad place to put more explosive rounds.
Just checking to see what else. Yeah, go with that. Explosive, high explosive. 8, it looks like what I have. So that's at 6. Give him stability. I mean, he's in AI, but
I mean, I feel like the AI could still use it.
I'm gonna give him
him
rail
a
extension.
Give him a rail extension. You want Garrus
And
doing more damage.
Tally has a shotgun as well. Does she have? Ooh,
Honestly, I'd just give her the Armageddon. Give her a little bit more damage. Actually, a lot more damage. Heatsink capacity is shit, but you can load her up with scram rails.
I'm giving her Inferno rounds.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And hold on, let me take a look at this really quick. Minus 24% accuracy. Yeah, we'll offset that with this. Where is it? Right there. Plus 24% weapon stability.
I think stability and accuracy are different, though.
Well, close enough. It does 24% for one and minus 24%.
Give her a scram rail if you got another one.
I got rail extension, which is the lower version of it.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna save it before I go into these Geth. There we go.
All right.
Actually,
Beat the shit out of some
I
Geth.
can actually save it again.
Oh god, the hippity hoppities are already hippity hoppeting.
Wow, that did nothing. Oh, what the? Ah!
What the fuck?
Ah! I'm not trying to talk to you, Garrus. Jesus. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, God damn it. I fucking hate that. There you go. That's that. And this up. That's that. Thanks.
Wow, you hit him, but you're not doing any Jesus.
Where's your... Screw it, overkill. Okay, that was... Garrus! What the? Are you seeing that?
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at a second ago. Ah, hit him with your pistol.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something.
Hit him with your pistol. You got those high explosive rounds.
No, he didn't die. Now he died. Well, that's because you suck, Garrus, and you just stood in the open.
It's true. Though he did make for a very good decoy.
Lop.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time when I play this game, once I get to like an absurd amount of Omnigel, I just start overriding things with Omnigel because I'm like, I don't have the patience
Lop, I knew you were gonna say that.
for a quick time event, even though they're not difficult quick time events. Like the like button hacking is easy. I just sometimes I'm playing this game and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to get the shit and leave.
Lop, that's fair. Oh, wow, pixelation. Alright.
I think you can. You're checking that stuff. Okay.
Alright, so that's...
You don't. I don't think you need to
go into the map to go back to the Normandy?
Yeah.
Lop, I knew you were gonna say that.
Alright, Jeremy. I already know your answer, but for the sake of discussion, what between the Hammerhead and the Mako, which is your favorite vehicle?
I will discuss that in just a second. However, you'll notice that I do have this Tally and the Geth. Would you like me to talk to Tally or not? And
Yeah.
In addition to talking to Tally, now that we've completed the Geth incursion missions, what would you like to have me do now? Once I finish talking to Tally, I mean. I'll actually try and talk to Geth while I'm down here as well, just to see if he says something new. And depending on where you want me to go next, I'll save my Hammerhead v Mako discussion for that.
Okay.
Commander, good to see you.
Personal questions.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess there's like no... Okay, which one?
Anything specific?
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
How so?
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Is this common?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the Cyclones. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
What did you find?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Left.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out
Right.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Bottom.
Good thinking. Blackies are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
Middle.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Left.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Left.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
Left.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Skimpy, you idiot!
Bottom.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Bottom.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Dr. Saline.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Left.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Talk to Rex, too, actually.
What do you want, Shepard?
Top.
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Bottom.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Left.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Left.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
Left.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up.
Lop.
Stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Left.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors.
That's a pretty cool name for like a
Skulls of our dead
thing,
laid
the
bare
Hollows.
to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Left.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Left.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Left.
The only one that's new is family. Genophage and
Yeah.
extinction. You want me to do family?
Yeah.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Middle.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
Right.
Who has it?
Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Top.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
Right.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Alright, let me go to top to tally. So I think that I've unlocked these two quests for these guys.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Middle.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
Middle.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
Middle.
Right middle?
Yeah.
It'll take years to decipher and analyze the data.
Maybe even decades, but it's worth the time. This information will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Middle.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt. One I can never repay.
I get the sense that I'm romancing
The
her in
only
Mass
thing I can
Effect 2
offer in
and 3.
return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with
Maybe,
you
maybe
until
not. I
Saren
don't
and
know.
his Geth
Haven't
armies are
decided yet.
defeated.
Middle.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Oh,
Oh, look, I got you one singular Paragon point.
a lot of good that did me.
Oh, love.
Slow ass elevator. Actually, you know what? Mark all that stuff. So we have Garrus's mission available, we've got Vex's mission available. I'm gonna mark that shit. And I already gave Tally her thingy majig.
Yeah, screw Liara, Caden, and Ashley.
Lop. Actually, let me take a look at this really quick. So, Garrus's is in the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Rex's is in the Argo Smoke Cluster. And not to mention the
Message
idea
from Admiral Hackett, Commander.
Oh,
Patching
fuck
it
you.
through.
We just received your report. Looks like this Geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Well, there you go. I technically also have X-57, but let me zoom out of this, zoom out of this, zoom out of that.
Alright. So, I'll tell you where I want you to go before we continue. Go to
Your mom's house?
Shut up, bitch.
go to the Argus Row cluster. I think it's one of the... Yeah, there you
And I think it's this one.
go.
Or is
Me
it-
too.
Yeah, I think it's this
I
one.
think it's Phoenix.
Let me, do all this stuff. Give me a second. I'm just doing this stuff. I think this is the one that can land on. Yes, it is. Tuntao. Alright, so... I don't think there's anything in that one, so let me do this really quick.